Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Will, and in this video, I'll be going over my personal picks from the Summer 2023 Wonder Festival. So pretty much all of the figures that really caught my eye that I'm considering buying, or just in general interested in seeing how they really turn out. Now, I'm only going to be going over the figures that actually had some form of prototype. There are definitely a lot more figures that were announced, which just had that photo card, that I am interested in seeing how they turns out, but I'll save that for a future video when we actually get those prototypes. So I have about 40 figures here. There's gonna be a link down in the description with the My Figure Collection list if you wanna check them out. And leave a comment down below and let me know which figure was really enticing to you that you saw from the festival. And let's go and jump into it. All right, so here we have our figures. I got about 40 figures for you guys, and I have it sorted by origin or IP. So our first set of figures here is going to be from Bocce The Rock, definitely an anime I loved, and we had quite a few different prototypes that were announced. So the first one here is going to be from Aniplex. So this one looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I definitely like the overall sculpt and the action that is capturing with her jumping, but I really need to see this one painted to really commit to it. But it's very promising. I definitely love the background here with Bocce, got a little smiley face in the B, got some studio lights or stage lights, whatever. So it looks good. I want to see how this base is going to end up turning out, because right now it is looking a little plain, but I'm sure it's not going to be plain once it's actually finished. But so far, promising. I am a little worried about the price. Again, this is an Aniplex figure, which is kind of hard to get. You can't get it from Ami. So you're looking at Tokyo Otaku Mode, Nin. Sometimes Big Bad Toy Store has these Aniplex figures as well, and they're usually sold at a premium. And this one looks like it may be sold at a premium, at least $200 if I had to guess. So maybe even like $225, $250, but we will see. We will see. I'll definitely keep my eye out on this one. And then we have another Aniplex figure of Bocce, and this one I wanted to bring up because I thought it was a little weird. I'm probably not gonna end up getting it, but Bocce in a maid outfit, cool. I'm all down for that, but why is she sitting in a chair? I found that to be a little strange. I'm not sure if that's from a specific scene in the anime. I don't remember, it doesn't really stand out to me, but yeah, I would like a Bocce in a maid outfit, just not her sitting in a chair. I just thought that was kind of weird. So the next figure that we have here is going to be Bocce from Good Smile Company. I'm assuming this is going to be a 1/7 scale. It looks like we don't have that information yet on my figure collection, but I kind of have mixed feelings about this figure. So she looks great. She looks absolutely good. I'm sure Good Smile Company is going to absolutely nail it when it comes to the technical aspects of this figure. The sculpt, paint, shading, all that will be terrific. I'm just not really feeling the pose that she's in and just her facial expression. She's just standing there holding, a bag in her arm, and then has the guitar on her back. And then her facial expression, she's just kind of staring at you. It's okay. It's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. But I'm a little bored by it. And I will say, the only thing that may convince me to get this figure is that we're going to probably get the entire band in this lineup, because we do have the Ryu figure also as a prototype announced at Wonder Festival. So, pretty much the same thing here. Her just standing there with the guitar bag on her back and just kind of staring at you. So, I'm not sure about these two or this lineup from Good Smile Company. They look good. Don't get me wrong. I just want a little bit more from my Bocce figures. In fact, there's actually a Bocce figure coming out by Furyu, and I'll show you guys real quick. So this is their relatively new line, the Tentacle line. We don't have a lot of figures released from this line quite yet, but so far they look pretty good, and this figure looks absolutely amazing. They absolutely nailed this. So overall, so far, just this prototype here, the paint and the scope look pretty much on par with the Good Smile figure that we're looking at, and she's in a very cute, adorable pose. The facial expression is way better than Good Smile Company, gives her a little bit of life. And yeah, we get a guitar, an amp, and this figure is not that expensive. It's not a scale figure, don't get me wrong. It's definitely gonna be a little bit smaller, but you get a lot more from it. So I'm hoping we get more from Tentacle in the Bocce line, the entire band just like this would be great, because yeah, I've already pre-ordered this. I'm super excited about it, but the one from Good Smile, I'm thinking about it. Again, the only redeeming quality for this, in my opinion, is the fact that we're probably going to get the entire band. Now moving on to some Nindos from the band. So we already have the Bocce Nindo on its way. It's coming out this month in August. So that one looks pretty good. And then of course we have the rest of the band. You know, I'm gonna kind of hold off on really commenting because when it comes to Nintendo's, at least for me personally, I need to see the alternative faceplates. I need to see the accessories that come with it. I mean, just looking at this prototype of Ryu, you know, I'm not super excited for it yet. So let me see some more what accessories we actually get, other faceplates, and then I'll get excited for it. Same thing with, I can't remember her name, Nijika. Is that her name? Nijika. And yeah, and, you know, she has her drumsticks, which is cool. Faceplate, not bad. And we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what these end up turning out to be. But the Bocce one, they absolutely killed. I love it. We got some really, really good face plates with the Bocce figure. Good poses as well. Her guitar. So definitely excited for that one. So hopefully, if these other band member ones come out as good as Bocce, I'll probably be picking them up just so I can complete the entire band. And then finally for our Bocce figures, this is also from Aniplex. I'm not sure how big this is gonna be, but this is absolutely adorable. Bocce in her little, what's it called, dinosaur suit looks so good. I'm definitely gonna pick this up depending on the price, of course, but yeah, just wanted to point that one out. Now moving on to our next series here, we have Chainsaw Man. I only saw one figure from the series that really caught my eye. It's from Fat Company and it's of course of my girl Power. Love me some Power, definitely probably my favorite character from the series, but this figure looks absolutely adorable. It looks huge. A lot going on here. We have some blood lances coming up. It says Power in the background. Got the cat, forgot the cat's name, but whatever. But Power, love the pose. It looks pretty good, at least the prototype so far with the paint and the sculpt. Her facial expression is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I might end up picking this one up. I have the Kobayashi one on pre-order right now, which comes out this month. So I guess I kind of have to decide. That one looks pretty good too, but this one really did catch my eye. So maybe I'll end up getting both. I'll end up having like 3 Power figures at the end of the day because I do have the Estream one where she's sitting on the toilet pre-ordered as well. But yeah, we'll definitely see. Definitely gonna keep my eye out on this one. And then moving into our next IP here, we have some Elden Ring Nindos. So I'm a huge Elden Ring fan. I've always loved Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all those from software games. So these are kind of no-brainers for me. Here we have Rani. I mean, I don't even just see the rest of what they're gonna be coming out with her faceplates and accessories. This is enough for me. This is all I need. Just give it to me now. And yeah, she looks absolutely great. And then we do have Alexander the Jar, Pop Boy himself. And if you're an Elden Ring fan, everyone loves Alexander. So definitely a no-brainer. I'm not even sure what else they could possibly do with this Nindo in terms of like accessories. Of course, there's gonna be no more faceplates, but maybe I guess some weapons in his hands. I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. But either way, I'm definitely gonna be getting these 2 figures, no-brainers. And here we have a nice little surprise. It's gonna be Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, but I guess not that big of a surprise because we do have some more Nindos from Hunter x Hunter coming out pretty soon of Gon and Killua, and we just seen some pop-up parades released as well. So not really a big surprise that Hisoka's coming out, but definitely picking this one up because Hisoka is my boy, best character in the entire series. Call the FBI on me if you want. I don't care. This is enough for me. I'm going to buy it. I don't even need to see the rest of the faceplates, but I'm hoping they are some nice, very sketchy faceplates that they give us. But yeah, definitely getting this. Now jumping into some Juju stuff. So there were definitely a lot of Juju figures at Wonder Festival, but I already have a lot of Juju figures and none of these new ones really spoke out to me. Maybe some of the Estream ones, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pretty expensive, so I kind of already wrote them off just due to price. But one that I definitely know I'm going to get is going to be a Nindo of my boy Toji. This is my wife and I's favorite character from the series. We love Toji. He's a badass. If you've been watching the series, the actual anime lately, you know exactly who he is. So yeah, we'll probably be picking him up. I don't need to really see anymore. This, you know, default faceplate of his grin is already perfect. So we'll see what else they come out with, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up buying this. And then we have some Nindo faceplates of Juju. And I'm not one to usually buy faceplates, like extra faceplates that is, but I really like this. So let me zoom in a little bit. So here we have Itadori with Sukuna's mouth on the side of his face. I absolutely love that, definitely want it. We have a pretty classic Itadori faceplate here where he's kind of, you know, kind of more lighthearted part of the series. That looks pretty cute. We have Gojo blush in here, looks really good. And then we have my girl Kugasaki looking a little bit more crazy than usual. So yeah, I definitely like, you know, at least 4 of these faceplates that I would definitely put on my Nintendo. So yeah, I might pick these up as well. Now moving on to our next IP here, we have the Imminence in Shadow, which is a power fantasy isekai harem anime. I mean, pretty much hits all of that generic trope stuff, but I absolutely love it. The anime absolutely makes fun of itself. It knows it's kind of over the top. But here we have one of the waifu from the main character's harem. We have Beta by Katakawa. And we saw this unpainted, I guess, you know, probably earlier in the year, but now we have her actually painted and she looks absolutely wonderful. They did a really good job with her overall paint and sculpt job. Her facial expression looks absolutely perfect. So definitely going to end up picking this one up. I hope we get more. Like, again, he has a whole harem of just badass, you know, waifu, but so far the only main figures I've seen so far are Beta, and I think we have a couple like prize figures from some of the other girls. But yeah, I hope we do get some more of these figures. Now moving on to some Kaguya-sama figures. So here I have 3 prize figures, I guess. And as you can see by this shopping cart, I've already pre-ordered them. They're like 25 bucks each. So I was like, why not? I thought they looked pretty damn good. So these are Furyu by Cute Bunnies. And here we have Kaguya-sama. And I was actually kind of surprised at how good this really looked for just 25 bucks. I mean, her actual bunny outfit looks perfect. Nice little detail and paint job there. Her stockings look pretty decent. We'll see how they come out when we actually get the figure, but her stockings so far look pretty good. And then she has those red shoes on, which match perfectly with the, you know, accent to her ribbon and her little string collar, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it looks really good. I really do like the pose that she's in. Her face looks absolutely perfect. Looks just like Kaguya, and really can't find any complaints. I mean, I have the quarter scale freeing figure up here just to kind of compare, and you know, in terms of quality, I don't think it's really that big of a difference, to be honest. So I might pick these up again, you know, 25 bucks, so why not? Here we have Chica, pretty much the same outfit. Really do like this pose. I actually like this pose better than the actual freeing one. The freeing one is okay, it's not bad, but I like this a little bit. It's a little bit more Chica in my opinion, a little bit more energy. And then finally, we do have Hayasaka, my favorite girl from Kaguya, and she is looking really cute as well. I definitely like this one better than the quarter scale freeing figure. The quarter scale freeing figure, she just looks sad. Like, just really, really sad. And I think her head looks a little bit too big as well. Her head looks okay. Never mind, let me take that back. Her head looks okay, but it's her facial expression that really kills it for me. I just don't see that as, you know, a high socket. This one, her being a little bit more moody, definitely kind of fits her better in my opinion. But yeah, 3 little prize figures that I got, so be on the lookout for that video. Now moving on to some Kill la Kill figures. So this was kind of a surprise to me. I was not expecting to see some Kill la Kill, but we have a Aniplex 1/7 scale of Ryoko and Mako sitting on some type of tank, I guess. But I love me some Mako, and now that we have Ryuko in the figure as well, I feel like I have to buy this one. It's gonna be expensive. Again, Aniplex, gonna have to pay that premium, unfortunately. It's probably gonna cost at least $200, just kind of based on what I'm seeing here. But here we do have what looks like to be an illustration of what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Got, okay, this looks funky, looks funky. I'll have to see it paint and see how it actually turns out, but so far, I mean, the sculpt is good. I'm pretty sure, you know, Aniplex is going to do a good job with that, just looking at this. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad at all. Now, sticking with Kill la Kill real quick, Mako does have a quarter scale freeing bunny coming out, so definitely surprised to see that as well. Love the pose that she's in. That's very, very cute. I'm probably not gonna end up getting it because I don't collect quarter scale bunny figures, but hey, if you are into that and you love you some Mako as much as I do, definitely need to pick this one up. So our next series here is gonna be Kobayashi Dragon Maid, and we have a couple of new Nintendos announced. So first we have Kobayashi herself. I may pick this one up. I'm not like, you know, that much of a fan of Kobayashi. We'll see what that month is looking like in terms of my spin or whether or not I get her, what facial expression or face plates we get, the accessories we get. We'll definitely kind of, you know, determine whether or not I actually pick this one up. But, you know, so far it's kind of whatever. We'll definitely have to see what it looks like, paint it with all of its accessories. But one that I'm definitely going to end up getting is going to be Elma. She is probably tied for my favorite character on the show. Love me some Elma. This prototype here is all I need to see in order to buy it. Just give it to me now, good tomorrow. Just give it to me now. Now, in addition to those two Nindos, we also had a couple of freeing bunnies that were announced. Now, again, I'm not a freeing bunny collector, so I'm definitely not gonna be picking these up, but I just wanted to talk about them a little bit. So first, we have Kana here, and a lot of controversy apparently around this one. I haven't gone into the comments, but I saw Zuko's video and he was talking about it. And I can see why there's controversy around this character in her bunny outfit, and people wanted it to be a little bit more cuter, maybe a dress or something like that. Totally get it. Totally get it. But overall, I think they did a pretty good job with this figure. I mean, just take away the fact that who she is. Overall, the pose is cute. They did a really good job with the head sculpt, the hair. Everything looks pretty good with this figure. The facial expression, nailed it absolutely. But again, I'm not buying it, so I don't really have any skin in this game. And then we have this girl here whose name I cannot remember how to pronounce, so I'm not going to even try. And a little bit of controversy around her as well, apparently. I read the comments for this one. But I think they did a pretty job on her hair. They did a lot of work on that gradient, and you know, there they are right there in front of you. Yeah, those things are huge for sure. But I think the controversy is kind of around her waist and hips and whatnot, and people thinking they're just too small. And I would probably tend to agree with that. She is usually a little bit thicker, a little bit wider, but yeah, you know, I can see why people are complaining. But I still think she looks pretty decent. And if you're a fan of the character, you're going to pick it up regardless. So let's be real. Now moving on to our next series here, we have Comet San. So in my last video, I did just unbox a scale figure of Comet from Wave. Thought it was pretty good. I had some quality control issues, but overall, I think the figure was pretty nice. And here we have one from Miyuki. And this one I really do like as well. I love the pose that she's in. It's capturing, I believe, a scene from the outro or intro of her jumping in the air, and it looks pretty decent. I feel like the facial expression is kind of just okay. It's okay, it's okay. But overall, I mean, the sculpt and whatnot looks fine. I don't think I'm going to end up picking this one up. We'll see, but overall, I think it's just kind of okay. I'm kind of on the fence as to whether or not I want to add this to my collection. Now moving on to some Konosuba figures here. So we do have a Estream Shibuya Scramble figure here of Megumin and Yunyun. So Estream Shibuya Scramble, definitely gonna be a little bit of money here, but I really do like this figure that we have of these two. Kind of a lot of action going on, seeing Megumin try to tackle Yunyun. Looks like she's trying to get some food or something, and their facial expressions are absolutely perfect. I really do like the base as well. So yeah, I really do like this figure. I'm sure once we see it painted, it's gonna be perfectly, you know, fine. Not too worried about their painting and shading and whatnot. But it's gonna be costly for sure. It is, of course, the Estream figure here, but once we see the price, just gotta keep in mind we're getting essentially two characters, two figures for that price. So hopefully if it's reasonable, I think I may end up picking this one up as my pretty much my only Megumin and Yunyun figures that I have in my collection. Now, there was another Yunyun actually announced as well, and this one is from Kadokawa, of course, 1/7 scale, and this is her in her Gothic Lolita version outfits, and this one looks really cute as well. And we already have the Megumin of this outfit already up for pre-order that you can get, so I'm looking at these two as well. Let me show you the Megumin one real quick. So yeah, this one's already up for pre-order, but she looks pretty good too. So yeah, I might get these two figures or that Estream figure. We'll definitely see how it turns out, but I definitely like both figures that we have from Estream and Kadokawa. Now moving on, I do have one figure here of Liqueurs Recoil. I think they had quite a few different announcements, but this is the only one that actually had a prototype. But this one by Clinell 1/7 scale, the Hawaii version, looks so damn cute. Oh my God, that dress. I mean, overall the scope looks terrific. The facial expression looks so good. I cannot wait to see this painted. I love these girls from Liqueurs Recoil, so I'm definitely gonna buy this. There's really nothing that's going to stop me from buying it. So yeah, definitely can't wait to see this one. Now moving on from Chisato, we have pretty much her polar opposite here. We have Yuno from Mirai Nikki. We are getting a Nindo of her, and all of my Yandir fans, stand up. Our queen is getting a Nindo. So super excited to see how this one turns out. They can do a lot with this Nindo if they do it right with her facial expressions and accessories. So fingers crossed they don't mess this one up. Now moving on to some One Punch Man figures, we have a couple that I'm definitely excited for. So here we have a 1/7 scale by Amakuni of Tornado herself, and she is looking pretty good. A very simple figure, but I think they did her absolutely perfectly. I love the facial expression. Her hair looks very well done. I'm glad they didn't go over the top with like the translucent tips. I think we just had a Tornado figure just put up for pre-order where her hair was like really translucent. I wasn't really feeling it too much. And again, very simple figure here. She's just kind of like floating in the air, just using this little peg here. And then of course we have Fubuki, her sister, looking really good as well. I think some people were kind of commenting like on the color of her dress, but I think it's perfectly fine. And when else are we going to get a 1/7 scale of Fubuki that looks this good? I think she looks perfectly fine. And here we have them together. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking these up once they come out. As long as the price is right, of course. As long as the price is right. These shouldn't be too expensive in my opinion, since they're pretty plain in terms of their pose and outfits and the bases themselves. So hopefully they're not too expensive. Now moving on to some Oceano figures. So only one of these actually has a prototype, so I'm kind of breaking my rules here, but I kind of wanted to talk about all three for different reasons. So the first one with the actual prototype is going to be Ruby by Kadikawa, 1/7 scale. And this one is looking pretty good. So this is her outfit that she was wearing in their performance, her first performance at the end of season 1. And I think it looks cute. I really do like the pose. Her facial expression looks pretty good as well. I love the golden microphone. Paint job looks fine. So yeah, overall, definitely feeling it. And it looks like it's supposed to pair with this figure of Ai that we already have up for pre-order by Kadikawa as well. You can see they both kind of have that similar kind of gem and base, I guess, if what you want to call it. So yeah, you see the eye is right next to her in the actual display here. So yeah, definitely looking forward to getting this one. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this eye or not because there's another one coming by, I think it's Kobayashi or Furyu, I think actually. And I was trying to decide between the two, but now that I have seen this Ruby, I'm probably going to end up getting this Ruby just so I can match it, or getting this eye just so I can match the Ruby with the eye. And then we also have a Kana coming. We don't have the actual prototype yet, but she is coming. So I'm assuming we'll get Kana and then we'll get the third group member, Mem, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm sure we'll get her, right? It's no way they just leave just those two. So fingers crossed we'll get Mem as well. And then moving on, we have another Estream figure by Oceano, and this one here, not gonna lie, the only reason I'm actually considering getting this is because of the babies with Ai. So yeah, of Ruby and Aqua, of course. So definitely maybe picking this one up. We'll see how it actually comes out once we get a prototype, but the fact that they had the babies definitely caught my eye. Now moving on to our next series here, it's gonna be my dress up darling. So we have 3 more scale figures of our queen, Marin Kitagawa. So I'm probably gonna get all 3 of these, but the first one that we have here is gonna be by Max Factory. And I think Max Factory did a really good job with this one. I absolutely love the pose that she's in, and her facial expression is absolutely perfect. I think they did a really good job with her smile itself. So yeah, I can't wait to see what this is going to look like once it's actually painted. But honestly, you can just sell it to me like this right now. I'll probably still pay full price. But yeah, definitely look forward to seeing what the end results are going to be for that one. And then we have a Spirit Tail figure. So we originally saw this one announced with just a little product photo back in the last festival, whenever that was. But now we actually have a prototype. So this is Marin in her Liz cosplay. And you know, I expect Spirit Tail to do a pretty good job here. We'll have to see what it looks like once it's painted, but definitely love the concept. And so far the sculpt looks pretty good. So probably gonna end up picking up because of course Liz cosplay, so definitely. And then finally, we have another Aniplex Marin Kitagawa figure. So this is the Night Pool version. So this is not from like any scene from the anime or the manga that I can personally think of. It's just a random Marin Kitagawa figure. But yeah, I mean, she's in a bikini, she's sitting on a float, and she has a drink in her hand, giving you that smile and wink. So we'll see. I mean, I'm probably still gonna buy it, but I'm a little less excited for this one just because it's kind of a random figure and not from the actual series or manga itself. But yeah, we'll see. Now moving on to the last 3 figures of this video, and these all come from different series. And the first one is gonna be my shame for this video, guys. It's going to be from Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. It's the Wave 1/7 scale of her younger sister Yanagi. And when I saw this one, I just laughed. I just thought this was absolutely hilarious. I love the character. She's probably my favorite character from the series, especially after watching the second season. But when I saw this, I just thought it was hilarious because we have this one and we already got her mom in a cow bikini last year from Wave as well. So Wave going all out with these. So I don't own this one yet, but now that I see we have a Yanagi here, I may end up getting both of them at some point, and hopefully we'll get a Yuzaki-chan as well. So yeah, feel free, criticize, judge me all you want, guys. I deserve it. I honestly deserve it. But hopefully this next figure I can make up for it because we have a Yuru Camp Prime 1 Studio 1/7 scale Ren and Nadeshiko. They look absolutely terrific. I absolutely love this figure here. I mean, everything about it, it just looks so damn good. And I'm sure it's gonna be so damn expensive being a Prime 1 Studio figure, but we'll see. I'll stretch out my budget if it's, you know, within a certain amount. But yeah, really do want this figure. I just hopefully I'll be able to actually afford it. But yeah, looks great. And then finally, the last figure for this video is going to be from Zom 100 of that girl Shizuka. So I only watched the anime. I haven't read the manga yet, but I really do enjoy the anime. And so far, I like this character. The little bit that we've seen so far, I might end up getting this at some point. I just think this figure is a complete vibe. I just love the sculpt and this actual paint job. The colors look really good as well. And I think this one's already up for pre-order. Yeah, already up for pre-order. Comes out in September 2024, so definitely a long ways away. But yeah, overall, definitely like this figure quite a bit. All right, so that's all of the figures that really caught my eye during this festival. There were actually a lot more. They just didn't have actual prototypes. So once we get prototypes for them, we'll see how they really turn out. But let me know down in the comments which figures really caught your eye personally in this festival. But thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit that like button, an easy way to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.